second court, Jerome Oconee serving closest to the camera, the captain of the Alexander Park State League team. Come off a good win last week against Troy Hargraves from Peppermint Grove. I think there might have been about a 27-year age gap between Jerome and Troy last week. Troy Hargraves, former Australian over 35s singles champion, represented Australia at the Oceania Championships. Terrific player. Big forehand. Luka Brown leaned in on that. You can see the weak second serve, just lacking some serious pace from Jerome. Comes on the back of the shoulder injury he's been carrying for the best part of 12, 18 months. Still a lot of work to do just to build that shoulder up, get the confidence back into it. Deep second serve, found his mark, overplaying the forehand Luka Brown from Cottesloe, furthest end of the court. Blue shirt, big kid, big game, hits the ball well. As we heard Will Hahn talk about him, air of confidence every time he steps on the court. Early breaker serve, Luka Brown off to a quick start against Jerome Oconee, leading 1-0. Luka Brown up against Jerome Oconee. Luka off to an early and a quick start, leading 1 game to love. Nice early break against Jerome Oconee. Tall, powerful kid. You can see a little bit of wind out there at the moment. It's picked up, shirt just blowing around there. Sliding serve, just pushing that wide. Push that wide. You see that on camera. Definitely wide. Good call by Luka. Just spoke about calls. Jerome had a quick look, but quickly realised the ball was out. Might have to run a poll. Some of the best line calls in WA State League history. And when I say best, I mean tight. If you want to have your say, just put it through on live chat. Some of the names that you've seen, witnessed, a little bit loose on line calls. And we're speaking about line calls. This year's Australian Open, all the lines are being called by Hawkeye. So we have one central umpire and all the lines are covered by Hawkeye. No linesmen at this year's Australian Open for the very first time in the history of the game. Trialling the new Hawkeye technology. Maybe give us your thoughts about that. Do we want to see linesmen back? Or you prefer the Hawkeye covering all the lines? My preference is to have the linesman back. There's no theatre. If you just have the electronics there, there's no theatre in the call, no theatre in the challenge, no theatre in the questioning of the linesmen, whether they can see or whether they can't. Been watching the lead-up tournaments to this year's Australian Open. There's been all Hawkeye every court. It's been quite clinical, quite sterile. No challenges, no arguments on line calls. Can you imagine if they had these and this technology during the John McEnroe, Jimmy Connors era? You think Johnny McEnroe would have turned out to be the player, the agitator that he was? Johnny, when he found himself down, frustrated with his play, he just pick on a linesman, pick on an umpire, just to fire himself up, put his opponent off. Beautiful play, smart play, Luka Brown taking the return of serve, moving forward, beautiful low volley too, just forcing the lob error from Jerome Oconee. He just flexes the neck, just getting himself loose. The wind certainly has picked up over the last 10, 15 minutes. As you can see, wind is sweeping across from right to left as you're watching the screen. If you're listening in, give us a like or a subscribe at Scotty's Media. Hopefully you're enjoying today's broadcast. Again, both boys just trading from the back of the court. Luka Brown with another breaker serve, leading 3 games to love. Really has skipped out of the blocks. Go back and watch Luka Brown serving, leading 3 games to love, 2 breaks of serve against Jerome O'Coney. Struggling all at sea, Jerome, captain of the Alexander Park State League team. Luka Brown, big kid, strong, as we heard Will Hahn, his teammate, talk about, has an air of confidence every time he steps onto the court. I'm seeing that right here in the early stages. Overplaying the backhand return, Jerome down 4 games to love in quick fashion. Jerome just asking Dan Downey, his teammate, to come out and sit with him. Needs a little bit of encouragement. Some talk that the rain's coming in. James Williams, the match referee, is heading out onto the court just to test what it's like out there in the open. Been sitting up here in the shelter, the pavilion here at Alexander Park Tennis Club. James just circling around the back of the court like a predator, just ready to jump on his kill. Beautiful play. Smart tennis, Jerome O'Coney. Good court coverage. Thank you for joining us, Claire. Loving the vision, she says. Well, we love you having the vision by Scotty's Media. Please, for all the members that are tuning in, stay home. Get onto Scotty's Media and just listen in. Watch the great coverage at the Men's and Women's State League across this summer of tennis. Jerome, a little bit of a come on there. Again, the skies are getting greyer and darker as every minute passes. Some great questions coming through. Keep your questions coming through. Part of the live chat here at Scotty's Media. Love answering your questions. Good serve. And we can hear the rain just falling ever so gently on top of the cameras. Of course, on grass course, any sort of moisture out there just really dramatically changes the play. Grass becomes very, very slippery. A little bit dangerous. So we're seeing James Williams. You might just catch a glimpse of James as he's wandering on the court. Hard to miss. Quite the figure of authority, James Williams. One of the great referees in the game of tennis throughout the WA ranks. Goes to the Australian Open lead-up tournaments. Has been a linesman there for many, many years. He's got his own fan base, James Williams. I know during the Hopman Cup he had a lot of followers. One of the great characters of the umpire fraternity in WA. Unfortunately, we can't talk to any of the umpires. It'd be great to have a chat to some of the umpires, talk about their experiences. I did try to get one of the umpires on a few rounds ago, but I was dismissed. Watching Scotty Jones, watching Luka and Jerome O'Coney. Luka ready to serve, leading 4 games to 1, 2 breaks of serve. Off to a quick start, opening set of their match. Big serve down the tee. Love the style of play, Luka. Smooth striker of the ball, very keen. Prepares nice and early, only a young fella. little bit slippery underfoot there, as you can see by Luka, just showing his front foot sliding. Love 30, Luka, still battling with the elements out there. Just threw his hands up in disgust. Didn't really get down to that forehand. Stood too upright, didn't bend the knees.